Oh my God. The Democrat Party is a threat to our constitutional republic. The Democrat Party is a threat to our constitutional republic. In a constitutional republic, anything that is not in the Constitution, as in an amendment and said word for word, is not constitutional. It is interpreted by a Supreme Court justice, which makes it judicial prudence. And people may not decide to challenge it anymore. But you can challenge it if you feel that the Supreme Court made the wrong decision. Drew Scott decision about slavery was overturned by the 13th and 14th Amendment. Drew Scott was a slave, and Drew Scott was said not to have no citizenship. The 13th and 14th Amendment overturned the Dred Scott decision. The Democrat Party wants to change the Constitution because they're mad because the other side of the aisle won. They're mad that pro-life people took their pennies, put it together, and decided that they will not allow the continual murder of children just federally. It took them 50-some years, but they fought it and pushed it back. The same way with Jim Crow. It took black people how many years to overturn Plessy v. Ferguson? How many years did it take black people to overturn Plessy v. Ferguson? 1896 to 1954, I do believe. Brown Topeka Board of Education overturned Plessy v. Ferguson. Nobody wasn't, even the whites then weren't talking about overturning the Supreme Court. They just said, oh well. What about the whites that believe they have a right to keep their good white children from the Negro children? What about them? Didn't they have rights to keep their white children from black children? Looking at today's conditions, I don't blame them. Oh, shouldn't have said that. Or what about the blacks who didn't want to integrate? Didn't the blacks have a right to keep from them white children? Because you do know there were black folk a lot that didn't want to integrate. Malcolm X said, if you can pull all your pennies and integrate these restaurants, but you can't build factories and stuff in your own community, you are in no moral stance to be able to demand integration. But they're overturning the Supreme Court because they lost. Gay marriage is not part of the Constitution. It's an interpretation. Judicial Prudence. That's all it is. Judicial Prudence. That's all it is now. And it can be overturned by another Supreme Court. Can say, no, it's not in the Constitution. That's why George Bush in the 2004, when Republicans were strong, after his reelection, when Republicans were strong, wanted to amend the Constitution. But Rhino, those stupid Republicans, those Constitution of the Constitutionalists, we don't need to touch the Constitution for marriage. Nobody will ever support gay marriage. Hey, Constitution of the Constitutionalists, you constitutionalist libertarians, you Constitution of the Constitution. Look what we got now. Thank you. This is y'all fault. But now they're trying to amend the Constitution. Democrats are a threat to the constitutional republic, and they must be stopped at all costs. See, Donna, if they're going to play the race card and all this against President Trump and conservatives, we have to do it back at them. We have to do this back at them. And Fox News all of a sudden wants to, you don't talk about Kamala Heels Up Harris, Willie Brown side chick, the original Hawk Tuohy girl. That's right. Kamala Harris is the original Hawk Tuohy girl. Kamala Harris is the original, they let you grab them by the coochie. And Fox News people, don't talk about Kamala that way. We scared white folks. And it's getting ridiculous. Israel under attack, and you got some people saying, Israel refrain, Israel refrain. Now Turkey talking about, I want y'all to realize this. A NATO nation is talking about attacking Israel. A NATO nation, Turkey, is talking about attacking Israel. If that don't cause a nuclear war, what will? And you know what? People in Israel, listen, I mean no offense to y'all, but I hope Turkey do. Because I'm so sick and tired of NATO. I'm sick and tired of the crap they do. They need to be dissolved. And if Turkey attacks Israel, Israel going to beat them all over the map. I'm sorry. Turkey is going to get their hind part whooped. You know, the old Ottoman Empire, because that's who they are, the old Ottoman Empire, and the people who started the jihad. Let me tell you something real quick, historical. Jihad was started by the Ottoman Empire, which is present-day Turkey, because they were losing to the British. The British was kicking all that Muslim behind over there. British was putting all that. I say, good boy, I want some tea right now, some tea, and finish kicking these Muslims' butt. Yes, crunkets, bear. Yes, crunkets in my tea. The British was whooping their hind part. And then the Americans came in and said, oh, no, we can't let daddy kick butt because, you know, America, England is our daddy. But I hope Israel whoop their ass. This is the world Kamala Harris have left us. This is the world Joe Biden has left us. They lied and cheated, and it shows. The world today is proof Kamala Harris doesn't need to be president. She's a liar. She's a deceiver. She's a cheat. She's a racist. And this right now, current day world, is because of Kamala Hawk Tuohy Heels Up Harris and senile Joe Biden.